Your Honor, as a duly sworn juror of this court, being compelled to reply visually to your poll on this case of St. Ashford's Hospital versus Department of Health and Human Services, HHS, Office of Civil Rights, OCR, I, juror number one, find the employee of St. Ashford's Hospital guilty of the rules violation of minimum necessity and confidential communications. The rules violated were, according to an internal investigation by the Office for Civil Rights, OCR, and an administrative admission from St. Ashford's Hospital and Beverly, the employee aforementioned, and the Department of Health and Human Services, HHS, Code 45 CFR 164.510 B3, which is limited use and disclosures when the individual is not present, specifically, and Code 45 CFR 164.508 uses and disclosures for which an authorization is required. A. Standard authorization and uses for disclosures, and 1. Authorizations required general rule. And Code 45 CFR 164.512 uses and disclosures for which an authorization or opportunity to agree or object is not required. We also find that the employee was in violation of all 4 of the core principles of bioethics and agree with the plaintiff that she misused her authority disclosing the plaintiff's medical condition and treatment plan to a family member not authorized, thereby creating an atmosphere of maleficence in which the first thing that was done was the negligent harm by the employee specifically and the St. Ashford's Hospital in particularly. The further violation of the plaintiff's rights in terms of justice by not being handled even-handedly with the plaintiff's PHI and the plaintiff's autonomy or self-determination was literally trampled on by the defendant. We also find, Your Honor, that the misunderstandings about the patient and provider rights lead to many of the violations presented in this case, and the total lack of benevolence by the group of healthcare professionals to do good was completely absent. This is my answer, and it was given without any mental reservation, outside coercion, or malice aforethought. So say I.